All right, welcome back to another episode of the SledderCast podcast. We're up here in Edmonton, Canada.
Woo.
Across the border to chat and mingle with our Canadian friends. We're at the Alberta snowmobile and ATV and off-road show. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff going on today, right?
Oh yeah, it's busy.
Started yesterday about midday, and it's been busy. So we're in the DV and Ink booth. We've got the Freerider Filmz crew with us, bringing. I think you guys are sold out of merch.
Yeah,
we
are.
Is that the word?
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Close up shop. Time to head to the mall, right?
Go to the mall.
Yeah.
That's all I came for was the mall.
Heck yeah. So a lot of you may be wondering, who are these ladies, right, that are sitting here, and why are they on the SledderCast podcast? So we have dubbed this episode the Wives of Revy.
Yeah.
Right? And it actually just came to fruition about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right? It was kind of an idea. And then we're like, actually, we should do it. Let's do it. For that person who is just scrolling Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and they see this thumbnail and they're deciding, should I watch or listen to this episode? Knowing what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
What's the reason we're going to give that individual now that's going to get them to stop what they're doing and dive into the episode today?
Yeah, perspective. Seeing the behind the scenes of family. They're not just snowmobilers on YouTube. They do so much more. Great husbands, partners, and work their butts off to be able to do this sport that costs quite a bit of money.
Quite a bit of money,
Yeah. They're still, even though like people see them, on Instagram and they have this many followers, they're still human. They're still dads. They're still friends. They're still brothers. So just getting a glimpse of the behind the scenes, getting to know them, get to know the boys.
And I think we're going to chat about the really good things about them, but we're also going to throw some shade their way too, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So,
no one's perfect.
So we'll have some fun in this episode.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
Yeah. So first off, who are you guys? Like, why are you here? Why are we interviewing you guys right now? We'll start here.
I'm Chloe. I'm Matthew's other half. I call him Matthew. Everyone calls him Matt.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've always called him Matthew. And his name on everything is Matt. Like Instagram's like Matt, everything. Everyone calls him Matt. I only call him Matthew.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like mad at him, I go, Matt.
Yeah.
Like, and then he's like, oh.
What would he do if you just started calling him Muskoka? Would he be like, stop?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he would, yeah.
Yeah. Matthew.
No.
Okay. So you're Matthew's other half.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm Dana. I'm Matt Dubois' other half. So I just call him Matt. And when I'm mad, I say Matthew.
So we're opposite.
Yeah.
There we
We're
go.
opposite.
I'm Leah. I'm Jason McMurray's other half. I mean, most people call him J-Bird. He's Jason to me.
Jason to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So is this your first show that you guys have all gone to together?
No. All together.
All together.
Well, we did
Toronto. Did Toronto together last year.
Okay.
That's where I first met Dana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is my first time meeting Leah.
Yeah. So we haven't
We were
met
just
either.
joking about that.
Yeah. So my first time.
First time at a show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And, But we're not invited to Heydays.
No.
Not invited.
Yeah.
That's like a big no-no.
Well, okay. So it's not that we're not invited. So I wanted to go 1 year. But I didn't realize what it really is like once the show's done. Like not like the craziness, like the sleeping situation.
Yeah.
Like Matthew's like, you'll hate it.
Like
he's like
backwoods camping style.
Yeah. He's like, there's no hotel, like there's no comfortable bed, like it's a bunch of guys.
So it's survival of the fittest, really.
Literally, yeah. He's like, you'll be basically like miserable because you'll be so tired. You can't, there's nowhere to sit. So he's like, I don't think you want to come. He's like, if we could like find a hotel closer. Or like whatever, like an RV that's big enough for like 20 people, I guess.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think you want to sleep in a trailer with a bunch of dudes. And I was like, no. I was like, have fun. Just text me in the evening. Yeah, you have fun.
Yeah, probably not the preferred scene.
No, like, I mean, I'm sure there's tons of women that go that love it and it's good. But like, he just thinks that like it would just be better, not better that he just goes, but he just knows how I am and like how I am with sleep and all that it just wouldn't be like the daytime would be fun. It'd be good. And to see everybody like support him and everything. But like once the day's done, it's like
to be out till 3, up at 6, like 3
it's
hours.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I stay home and watch the dogs and take care of the house.
Good. That's awesome.
Do all the good
Someone's
stuff.
got to do. Someone's got to pay the bills, right?
Right.
That's what I tell
Right.
them.
Yeah. All right. So how long have you guys been together with your other halves?
I've been married to Matt 10 years. We actually this summer celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary. So we had like a catered event at our house with a bunch of family, but we met like 13 years ago. Like,
okay.
He actually just showed up at my condo with my cousin. So he was a friend of my cousin. And he started texting my cousin after. And he's like, can I get her number? And my cousin is like, no, dude. Like, you're not talking to my cousin. Of course.
3 kids later.
Yeah, 3 kids later.
Yeah.
Sealed it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I've been with Jason for 17 years.
17 years.
Yes. I was 14, 15 when we got together.
Wow.
So we've been married 7, but together 17.
So like high school
Sweethearts.
Aw.
Yeah. Same high school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty great. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well, I feel really young now.
10 and 17. So what do you guys? What
And
do you
then
got,
we dropped
Chloe?
to 4.
We're at 4.
Okay, well, I joke with Matthew and I say, well, we've been together for like 5. So like I round up, like we'll be 5 like this coming spring.
Sure.
So I just go, you
Yeah,
know,
sure.
5. No.
Sounds better.
He says round down, so 4. We've been together for 4. I see 4.5, 5, whatever. So 4. I don't know. Okay, so we
much
could
do you
have
wanna
been.
say?
We could have been dating longer.
Yes.
Matthew. So I followed Matthew on Instagram before I even knew who he really was.
Oh.
I came across his page on Instagram somehow. I don't know how. I knew that he was Canadian. I didn't really read his bio that he was in Muskoka because we have a cottage on the same lake.
Okay.
And I didn't know that he was like from that area. So
I love
would-
that you guys call them cottages, by the way.
Right.
cabins, cottage,
Cabins, right?
lake
Yeah.
homes.
Yeah.
A cottage.
We call it a cottage.
Yep.
So I'd follow him. I'd like his stuff because like it was good. And then he would message me on Instagram. And
Matt.
yeah.
He was sliding
He
into the
doesn't,
DMs.
he
huh?
doesn't seem like that type.
I know.
And like, so I wouldn't answer him. I'm like, I don't know who this is. Like, no, like, okay. And then I think it was the winter before that we had met. So like a year prior, he replied to one of my stories. I was at my cottage snowmobiling. And I answered him because I felt bad that I kept like not answering him. I was like, okay, whatever. I answered like a few little comments back, stopped answering. And then the same year that summer, he saw that I was at my cottage with my cousins. He's like, oh, like you should come like hang out with us. Like we're on the lake. No idea that he was on the same lake as me. I had no idea. So then I was like, okay, no, like I'm going to die in the woods. I was like, I don't know who this guy is. I'm not getting in my boat and going at night. Like, no. So then stopped answering. I think he kind of like gave up a bit. He was like, okay, no, this girl's not going to do it. So then the next winter, my cousin also has a cottage on our lake.
Okay.
So me and my dad, it was in the night, we snowmobiled to my cousin's. And then we're coming back and it was like blizzard, snowing. We got turned around where we were. So I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna go up to a cottage.
This is sounding like a Hallmark movie right here.
Yeah, right. It's going there.
It's going that way, right?
It's kind of long. I'm almost done. So we get turned around and I'm like, okay, like we've been on this lake for 2 hours and it should only take us like 20 minutes to get back. So I walk up to this cottage with my dad to ask for directions.
It's the
I wonder whose
cottage.
cottage it is.
So
I know.
So it was actually Matthew's brother. Matthew was in Revelstoke at the
Okay.
time. And Matthew's brother said the last name. And I'm like, I know that last name. Why do I know that? So I searched it on Instagram and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this guy's been messaging me for a long time. And I had one of my girlfriends up with me and I was like, should I message him? And she's like, yeah, do it. Well, know what my line was? Hey, do you have a brother? And I was like, he probably thinks I'm into his brother.
Oh my gosh. Poor guy.
And then
Poor, he's just beaten right now. Heartbroken.
it's probably like, oh yeah. So then we basically were talking on Instagram for probably like 2 months, like repeatedly every day. And then he came back in March. And then it was literally that weekend that he came home. We went on a date. Like, he drove down to where I live, which was like 2 hours away. And then we went on a date, and I knew right away. Right away I knew. So technically we could have been together for 5 years. But then because I was stupid and didn't know what was right in front of me, it's really only 4. So that might have also answered one of your questions, how we met.
But maybe that was how it was supposed to happen.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Everything's meant to be.
Yeah, maybe something would have happened before.
Right? Well, when that like first year, I was still in school. So it would have been difficult we would have made it work, but it was easier when I wasn't in school.
Yeah.
And I was, because COVID, I wasn't working then because my job, I couldn't work. So it worked out well, actually. Like, we were able to like connect faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that, I think we hit most of the checkbox for a Hallmark classic right there.
I actually love our story. Like, whenever I tell people, like, I'm like, hey, like, they probably don't want to hear like this really long story, but I actually love our story. Like, I think it's so cute. Like, not being biased, I think it's so cute.
Yeah.
Well, especially with this like era of Instagram and social
Right?
media. Yeah, how did you meet? Well, he was in my DMs.
Literally, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I should
It's
have.
better than like I met him on Tinder, right? Like
You're
Way
aging
better.
me
Way
because
better.
17 years ago, I met him at a motocross track. So
Oh, okay.
that's how we met. We didn't
Yeah.
have cell phones then.
I know,
we
right?
didn't have Tinder and like
Didn't have
Instagram.
it, so yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing, I think. I'm glad that we did not grow up in the Tinder days.
Right?
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you there.
So I guess we don't know what we don't know, but still,
It's true. Yeah.
right?
What
Yeah.
you hear?
Chloe's like, I grew up in
I was
Tinder
like,
days. But
I did, like, I wasn't like part of it like that, but like, yeah, it was for
Yeah.
fun, like to joke around on your phone, but no,
Yeah.
clearly because I didn't answer Matthew for the longest time. So
yeah. So where do you guys live? And maybe give us like an idea of like how many kids you have, what the family situation looks like at home, right?
So I live in Quebec. We're about an hour north of Ottawa.
Okay.
In a small little community. And we have 3 kids. Kids are 3, 6, and 9. And we have a little puppy, Winnie.
Well, puppy Winnie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Ontario, actually a little island called Manitoulin. It's the largest freshwater island in the world. Yeah,
Really?
I have 2 kids. Yeah, 3 and 1.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so Google Manitoulin Island.
And it's
Manitoulin.
Manitoulin.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I'm
beautiful.
gonna have to do that.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
do it.
beautiful.
We'll overlay a video
There you go.
of the island. Yeah. Okay, Chloe, what do you guys got cooking?
I'm Ontario,
Okay.
2 hours north of Toronto.
Okay.
I have no children yet. Matthew, no children.
We kind of prodded at him last year.
We're on
Nothing's
him.
changed.
No.
So
No children,
And
but
she still doesn't have a ring.
no ring either, Matthew.
yeah, what the heck, dude?
But we have 2 dogs. We got our first dog. We weren't even dating 6 months yet. We got a
the
dog.
dog.
And then we just got another dog a year ago. So we have 2 dogs. Those are our babies.
Awesome. A lot of work.
Yeah.
For sure, right?
Yeah, like our puppy was so much work. Because we have the 3-year-old, and then we got a new puppy. I'm like,
That's a lot.
this is like a newborn stage
I
again.
don't know what's worse.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what was I thinking? It's like having 4 kids.
Yeah.
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 Yep. Well, as far as like what you guys do outside of like supporting another half with snowmobiling, what is it that you guys do? Like
well,
from stay-at-home mom to whatever, you know, going in.
yeah, I'm currently on maternity leave. So I'm at home with my kids, the 3-year-old and 1-year-old. For now, I actually go back to work in February. I'm a civil engineering technologist. So
Okay.
I mainly kind of work alongside an engineer, parking lots, subdivisions, all that kind of stuff, design. So yeah,
Cool.
that's what I do.
Awesome.
So I actually recently resigned from my position. I was working in audiology, doing hearing testing, prescribing hearing aids for 16 years.
Oh, wow.
And we purchased Matthew's family's business. So he's like, okay, so you got to quit your job and you got to work for me. And I'm like, hey, well, let me take this slow. So like I started working with him part-time. So I was doing 4 days a week clinical and then 1 day a week with him. I'm like, I don't know if I want to leave my career. Like, this is what I went to university for.
Yeah.
So eventually it just made more sense for our family and the kids and their sports schedules. And like, I was having to show up late to work and having to leave early and use vacation days. It's like, this doesn't work. So I finally like bit the bullet. I'm like, okay, this is big career change. I'll move over to the family business.
Yeah.
And I've been there since January, and it's a lot. It's a transition working with your husband every day.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you have to split like work
version and
like,
home version, right?
version, and like it's a challenge, but we're making it work.
Good.
So far.
And you said purchase family business. What is the family business?
So the family business is parking. So we manage about 250 condominium parking lots.
Okay.
So basically they would call us to register their vehicle if they're visiting a friend or family. And if they don't register, they get a parking ticket. So we issue the parking tickets to them.
Okay.
For various reasons. And then there's another like subdivision of the company for line painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Chloe?
Okay.
Where to start?
I kind of do two different things. So the last year, so a year ago, I quit my job. I was child and youth care. I did that. That's what I went to school for. I did that for a couple years, and then I just didn't like it anymore. Like the education system, it just, you know, I just needed a break from it. Didn't know what I was gonna do. So Matthew was like, find something to do like in my off season, so like late spring into summer. And then he's like, in the winter time, you can come work for me. So in the summertime, I all of a sudden was like, okay, well, I need to find something to do. What's good in our area, which would be either like construction, landscaping, house cleaning, whatever, something like that. So I was like, okay, well, I'll give like housekeeping a try, see how that goes. And then I do it with one of my girlfriends who is Matthew's childhood's best friend's wife.
Okay.
So we do that in the summertime. It actually worked really well. We did way better than we thought we were going to. So I do that in the summer. And then the winter time when Matthew goes to Revelstoke, I do the merchandise. I'll order the stuff. I'll do the packaging, emails. I try my best to answer the emails. But like when you're doing like thousands of packages a day, it's just like you get so tired. So
if you're ever emailing into freeriderfilmz.com,
Chloe.
It's Chloe.
It could be both.
You're like, if it's a good response, it's me. If it's bad, it's Matt.
Yeah. No, it could be both of us. Like he'll check it, I'll check it. So yeah, I do that. And then sometimes like when he comes home in the spring, like I'll help him like with his like tax stuff, like receipts, stuff like that, put it in like files.
The backbone.
Everything's a write-off, but when I want to write off, it's not a write-off.
That's the new word like this weekend. Oh, that's a write-off.
That's a write-off.
Is it really a write-off?
Yeah.
You still gotta have the cash to have a write-off.
Yeah.
Right?
The mall trip
It's a write-off.
It's a
right?
write-off. Like a new purse would be a write-off.
Yeah.
And the new luggage bag is a write-off.
New luggage bag. Matthew ruined my luggage bag on the way here. Write-off.
Done deal.
Hauling his merch. Right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I do. So summertime, housekeeping, and then wintertime, Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey guys and gals, if you love the show and want to support us, head on over to deviantinc.com. Use the code SledderCast, save some money on your next premium custom wrap. If you've spent any time on deviantinc.com, you already know it is the best, easiest custom wrap builder tool out there. With its new interactive design tools, makes designing and customizing wraps super slick. We're big fans of the new color mixer tool. It randomizes colors until you land on the perfect combo. A design mixer tool is a game changer when you already know what colors you want and you want to see all of our designs in just your pre-selected colors. So head on over to deviantinc.com, use the code SledderCast, save some money on your next wrap purchase. Let's get back to the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting into like the tell-all section.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you ladies know these guys. Like you know them, right?
Too well.
Too well. And before we started, I went over there and they're like, hey, like, what are you actually going to ask? Like, can we like go through these questions and make sure like everything's kosher here? Or like, do we have final right to like what gets published? And
it's like a roast,
I'm
you know?
like, I don't think I'm going to roll it that way.
No.
So we'll try and be nice, but what's like the worst thing about your husband? Like the worst characteristic, the thing that just
irks you
the most. Yeah.
So for me, his time management.
Time management.
I'm a type of person that needs a plan. Like I know A, B, C, like everything from like time to finish, like done.
Yeah.
Matthew, no. Like if we're late, normally he's
he's reading your lips.
He's watching. He can hear me. Like if we're late, Matthew. We're like an hour late, Matthew. Like I have to tell him like we're leaving like an hour before then we need to.
Yeah.
Didn't you almost miss your flight?
Yeah, we almost missed our flight here.
Yeah. Matthew doesn't think that though, right? He's
No,
like, they're
no.
right on time.
Well, we made it.
We made it, yeah.
It just works out for him. Like, but like it, like I get like anxiety over it. Like I'm like, no, like we need to get going. We're supposed to be somewhere. Like even like when we're going away for the weekend, like I have all the bags packed. Let's go. No. Diddle daddle.
Yep.
Yeah, that's his time management, 100%.
Yeah.
Love you though, but time management.
Okay. So time management, we got one. Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, stubborn. Like there's no tomorrow. He would be that guy that if this whole area was doing one thing, he would go and do the complete opposite just because.
Like
and
the
it
passion
just,
in her eyes.
yeah, it's a love-hate thing for me, but yeah, very, very stubborn.
Okay.
And Matt is so impatient. Like literally, I don't know what it is. I'm like, man, just chill. Just chill. I don't know. Like when it comes to driving, when it comes to like, he'll order like a package and he's like tracking it. It's like, where is it? Why isn't it here? I'm like, you just ordered it like last night. Chill. Just so impatient. But he's also stubborn too.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a guy thing.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have gotten that vibe from Matt. Yeah.
No, he doesn't like portray that type, but he's definitely like type A.
To the
like,
core, he's it's in there.
Yeah, it's in there.
It's in there. Okay. So that's the worst. Like I'm sure there's other things we could add in there, right? Other little things, but what's their superpower, right? Because like look at them over there. They're dogs, right? Like look at them just working
Killing
it. You know, like what's the best thing? Like what is their superpower when you think of them? Like he's actually like the best at this.
So Matthew's worst feature that I just said is also his best. Like even though he leaves stuff or whatever, he can get it done on time and he will like knock it out of the park. Yeah. Like I don't know how he does it. Like he does well under pressure. He'll just get it done. Yeah. And like
it's like perfect chaos almost.
Literally that's how perfect. Yeah. It's just he can just do it. And I don't know how. Like I can't do that. And he can just do well under pressure, get everything done, and it's perfect. Yeah. So yeah, his worst feature is his best feature.
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah. Matt's like I don't know how to say it. It's like similar, right? It's like they can problem solve so well. You know, something will happen and be like thinking, I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And he's already figured it out. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, Jason, for me, it's kind of a different one, but his drive to always do more and be better, and I guess it would be his drive. Like we come from a small town, and it was kind of very easy to get caught up in just living, I shouldn't say average, but a lifestyle, you know, like we could just live here, do the same thing day to day. He's very much, no, let's seek bigger. And I like that about him. Yeah, that probably be one of them. Anyway,
one of the,
he's got lots of good qualities, right? But yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Yeah, I love. I told you guys like we're gonna break these guys down, but we want to build them, bring them back
Because they don't
up.
show
Yeah.
behind the scenes, right?
No.
They
No,
just
you-
show the good parts.
Yeah, and that's really how social media is
Yeah.
these days. Is like you're
So
really
true.
just catching the highlights, right? You don't really see a lot of the real moments where there's struggle and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So what do the fellas do when they're not snowmobiling? So right, we can go on YouTube and see exactly what they do during a snowmobiling season out, in Revy. When they're not there, like when they're home, like what are they doing for work? What are some of the hobbies that you see them do that's outside of snowmobiling?
Yeah, Jason's an electrician, a father of two, like I said. He also owns his own electrical business.
Okay.
So, and he is an electrician underground in a mine. So he technically works 3 jobs.
There you go.
So that's a big thing. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we're building a house right now. So that has been his life for the past 6 or 8 months. So right now, that's where we're at. He works too hard.
Like he's actually building the house?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's okay, there we go.
Yeah. So on Manitoulin Island. So
Awesome.
yeah, our dream place, little 3-acre property, right on Lake Huron.
So cool.
Yeah. So yes, he's
a
very
little
busy.
3-acre, I like that.
Yeah. Well, across the road from that is his family's 100 acres. So that's why I say
100
little.
to 3.
Yeah.
Okay, in comparison, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he's big into hunting, does that kind of stuff too.
And can you hunt right on the island?
Can.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're both hunters.
Oh,
so,
heck yeah.
Yeah.
Archery or
Rifle. Rifle. Yeah, we both hunt deer. He hunts moose though too. So yeah.
I would not take
That's some
both
good
of you
food right
to be
there.
hunters?
No, I wouldn't. No, I
and
wouldn't have guessed.
He would never come on here and admit it, but I've shot a bigger deer than him. Yeah.
Do you keep them in your house? Like,
No, I don't. They stay back at my hunt camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a better spot.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
So Matt basically manages the business, the parking company, and when he's not doing that, he's basically driving our kids everywhere.
He's the Uber driver.
For 3 days a week, he drives our oldest daughter to figure skating, which is an hour away from our house. And
lovely.
then the other 3 days, I'm driving our other daughter to gymnastics, which is the opposite direction in Ottawa. But then he's still like, one day out of the week, he either does, his thing, like mountain biking, dirt biking, golf simulation, like random things. Like he just does it all in terms of activities. And it's like, okay, what next? Like
Adrenaline junkie stuff,
skateboarding, like
right?
everything. I'm like, as long as you don't get hurt, we're good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
And then, oh my guy's taking a picture of me. And then my Matthew, he does excavation in the summertime. He works for his dad's company. He's done that for years. It's basically in his blood, basically. He loves it. Like, he'll do excavation.
Does he love it more than snowmobiling?
No. No, like if he could do snowmobiling all year round, he would. But he loves work. Like he never complains about work, nothing. He used to work, he still does work really long days. But when we first started dating, it was like he'd be gone from like, 7 a.m. to like 6 p.m. Now he actually comes home for dinner. So he does that during the summer. His hobbies, even when he comes home from work, he's doing something with snowmobiling. So like this year, all summer, he was working on something for a snowmobile. I don't know if I can say what it is. Some people know what it is.
His lightweight snowmobile?
Yeah, that one. Yep. He worked on that for a lot of the summer. So even when he's done like his summer job, I feel weird saying summer job, his excavation job, he's doing something with snowmobiling, either physically or on the computer. Like he's always working. But then he has other hobbies too. Like he has a speedboat. He likes that in the summertime. He has his little pit bike, dirt bike that he rides around, does stuff with his friends. So he's always doing something.
Yeah. I
Always
don't
busy.
think they can ever like sit still.
No.
It's like if we're just gonna like just chill, there's no just chill.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
It's like just chill happens at like 10 p.m. Otherwise, like there's no just chill time.
No.
Yeah. Well, it follows suit because not a lot of people can, like when those guys are out snowmobiling, there's a lot of back to back
Oh yeah.
days put back in, right?
Okay. It never stops.
Yeah.
Chloe.
Are you guys the wives of Revy too?
No.
Hey, you guys aren't mic'd in, so you don't even know what's going on right now.
I can hear everything.
Oh, you did?
We told secrets.
Yeah, the secrets already happened. Yeah, you guys missed it.
The dirt has been told.
Yeah.
I was
All
like,
right.
what? Did I do something wrong? I was like, what? I'm like, oh, it's just Matthew. It's fine.
Yeah. I lost the train of thought. I don't know. What were we talking about before they interrupted us?
Back-to-back days.
Oh, yeah. So back-to-back. Like, it takes a very unique and because look, you can say I would love to snowmobile every day.
Yeah.
But it's actually it's a lot of work. Like,
and like my Matt, he works out. Like he's like always thinking like, okay, I gotta do this before skidoo season. I gotta work out. I gotta eat this. I gotta get my body healthy. I can't get sick.
Yep.
Kids can't get me sick. Like I need to make sure like because
I'm
I'm going
prime,
out there and it's a lot of time and money that if I'm out there and I'm sick, like it's
You
all
don't wanna mess
wasted.
around.
My
Yeah.
season
No.
is so short.
yep.
No.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's different levels of riding too, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like these guys, I mean, I can't say they're right at the top of that level, but they are. And what they do is insane. Where
Yeah.
they go,
Basically push the limits
elevation
every day.
levels, you know, everything. Like
And
I feel
it's
like
so
that's big.
dangerous.
Yes, that's
And
you.
like I'm always waiting because the time difference. I'm always like, okay,
Yep.
he's supposed to be texting or calling at
Yep.
this time, and they haven't yet. Like,
Yeah.
what's
That's a
happening?
big
So
stressor.
like, we have a satellite app that I can like ping him or like see where he is. If there's like an emergency, he can call.
Yeah.
So I'll like once in a while like open the app, see where he is. Okay, I know he's still there.
I
He's
need
just
that
like
app.
he just hasn't made it out yet.
Yeah, Jason has a Garmin InReach, and
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I won't be able to sleep if I haven't heard from him by like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
our time, which
Yeah.
would be like what 8
8
p.m. their time.
Yeah.
So like I just won't sleep. Like I'll be up all night checking my phone to make sure he's back. But he'll like text me on his Garmin being like, sorry, like still I'm alive. I'm not dead in
All
an
good.
avalanche.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go to
yeah.
bed and then I'll be fine. And then he'll text me when he's back at the house. But yeah.
It's just that waiting period is like, is everything okay today?
Yeah.
Or did something happen?
Your brain kind of naturally tends to go to like worst case scenario,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
But yeah, okay. As far as like living with these guys, I know we kind of like we've asked some different questions here, but paint a picture of like what is it like living with them?
How much do we want to share?
How much do we really want to expose?
I can't bash Jason, honestly. Like he's a
good
He's
companion.
perfect
or-
husband.
no, well, okay, no, but he's that guy. Like he'll be involved in laundry.
Yeah.
He does dishes. He helps clean. You know, like
Take out the garbage.
Yeah, I respect him a lot for that.
Yeah.
There's some guys. It's
Like
like, you
modern
know,
dads.
I expect this done and this done and this done. Yeah, no, he's not like that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
me,
he's
it's just-
pulling his weight.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
is.
Same with Matt. Like he won't like pull out the vacuum, but like if I want him to, he will. Like
Yeah.
he'll take out the garbage, do the dishes. Like I'm gone 3 days a week to gymnastics. I'm home and like food's on the table waiting for me, or it's in the fridge. Like, oh, your dinner's ready. Like heat it up. You know, it's ready for you.
It's a partnership kind of
Exactly.
thing, right? Yeah. Mhm,
Yeah.
for sure.
But like, there's little things, you know, like the water bottles. Like
Yeah, we got
Okay,
a kick out of
water,
that. Yeah,
like-
yeah.
bedside table like full of water
All over.
bottles.
Oh.
It's like, man, I know you love water, but like, let's put them away.
Yeah.
Just little things, you
Yeah.
know.
For me, it would be like just everything everywhere.
It's because he's like,
Okay, so we just had like good companion, good companion,
Yeah. Sorry.
everything everywhere.
I'm just gonna watch this baby. No, okay. It's the reason why it's like that is because our house, like we live in a bungalow, but our basement is preoccupied by our renter, and then we had Matthew's like dad's office down there, like the employees, like
Yep.
the secretaries and stuff. They were down there, so it's just like our open living area, one bedroom. One bedroom was the merch room. It was like a 10 by 10 room, and then the bathroom. So we had no choice but to keep everything
everywhere.
in the living room.
Yeah.
But like I'm like, you know, keep it organized.
Where's my space at? Yeah.
No, but like he will go in and clean it, and then it's like spotless. And like like our roles are kind of different, like since we don't really have kids yet and I'm more at a stay-at-home position, I go like to work during the day, Matthew's longer, I do kind of do that role more, which I hate saying that, it sounds so feminist, but I do the dinner, the dishes, and like Matthew will help out, but like I know he works a lot, so like I just kind of naturally do that for him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'm just like, okay, well, you're working, you're providing for the house.
All right, guys and gals, Trail is one of our newest program supporters here at the SledderCast podcast. You can find them at trail.com. They are coming in hot with all the goodies, all the backcountry essentials. A few of our favorite must-haves are the Grizzly folding saw with razor sharp teeth that plow through those pesky branches with ease. Also the lightweight ski pole strap, a real back saver when your buddy needs that 7th pull of the day. And of course, the Trail Hot Pot exhaust cooker, because hot meals are way better than cold meals in the backcountry. So head on over to trail.com, that's TREYL.com, grab your exclusive SledderCast promo code in the description below. Let's get back to the show.
He'll go to work all day and then I'll have like dinner ready for him when he comes home, and I'll do the dishes, and like he will do the stuff that I ask him to, like he will help out, but he just works a lot, so I just do it.
I mean, it's a phase. Like you're in one era and we're in a different era, and
exactly.
you'll get there. Like when I was on maternity leave and like I know Matt had to go to work, like he would sleep in the basement. I'm like, I understand. You don't need to be getting up with the baby at night. You don't need to be the crying 100%. And the whining. And you can't do really much anyways in the middle of the night. Like, go to the basement, get your rest, be ready for work.
So, like, just like the way, like, where we are in our stage of life, that's just how it is. But once it's different, obviously, it will change, like, how these two have their lives. Like, they just take on that role. We'll get there one day.
We first got to get a ring first. So we'll work on that.
We'll work on that
first.
get that.
Okay. Okay.
We'll just add it to the website. Add it to cart.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He all of a sudden sees that pop up in like notifications.
Right.
People are purchasing. Yeah. Okay, here's kind of a funny question. How much do you think your husband spends on snowmobiling each year?
I feel a bit sick answering that.
Slightly got queasy.
I really don't know.
Like, let's put a number out there. Like, if you just had to guess.
Like, including the skidoo, or just like accessories and like just including the skidoo?
Like, if he didn't snowmobile, there would be this much money available. Yeah.
I was stroke answering that.
40,000.
I was going to say 40.
And
I was going to
just
say 40.
so we're
more.
talking Canadian, right?
Canadian.
So we are 40 CAD right now.
Yeah. I could see that.
I mean, that's not with the truck. That's not with like, you know what I mean? To skidoo, you need a truck, you need a sled deck, you need a trailer, you need, and the list doesn't end.
Out there
how
alone.
much they spend on like their sleds, their gear.
Yeah. Anything they would use, basically, if they didn't snowmobile, what funds would be available to go to the mall?
Yeah.
I feel like mine would be totally different. I want to shoot high, and I want to say between 40 and 60.
Yeah.
Because Matthew has so many hobbies, like with snowmobiling, like his lightweight mod. Like I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. He's buying.
You did good,
Yeah. Totally.
We're learning the lingo.
He's buying all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like on top of like his sleds that he orders, and then his gear and all that, he's spending on other stuff too.
Yeah.
So
because there's a lot of stuff that gets comped for you guys, right? Like for them, like they're hustling and so they're getting some compensation from companies, but it's not like everything's free.
No,
right?
It's free.
Like,
They
the
try
gas
and tell us
bill,
that sometimes.
the gas bill is not free. I'm like, that's your next, project. Get like Petro-Canada to like sponsor you,
right?
Like sponsor the gas. It's like $1,500 just to drive from Quebec to Revelstoke one way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that's not free.
great.
No.
See, you Leah, just reminded me, when I came over, that was one thing they told me, was if they ask how much snowmobiling costs, it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off. Yeah.
So it's free for them.
For sure.
no, snowmobiling is very expensive.
But you know what? The way I look at it too, they could be doing a lot worse things
Yeah.
with their
Oh,
life
God, yeah.
right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Hobbies, they could be doing a lot worse things.
I mean,
I think it's great.
they could just be sitting in a basement
You got it.
playing video games and eating
got
Doritos
it.
all day.
Yeah.
Right?
And not, vacuuming and cleaning and
Right.
picking up.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I am
No.
thankful.
There's a lot of people who do that, but
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
all right. Okay. Final. This is the lightning round right here. We got one
Okay.
question for you, a hot take.
Alright.
I gave you guys a little warning here on this question. Okay. Now we typically ask the same two questions when we have like snowmobiler guests on the show. So we kind of catered this a little bit to
Okay.
you guys. What's one thing that snowmobilers, sledders who are watching this, who follow your husbands, what is that one thing that none of them probably or shouldn't know
Right.
about them that we're gonna bring the tea on?
I don't know.
I would say just let them do it. Like, my theory is like, don't hold your husband back. Don't hold your boyfriend back. You knew who they were before meeting them. Don't try and change them. Don't try and change who they are, what they like, what they do. I mean, it builds a better relationship. And I know so many people like, oh, I can't believe you let your husband go skidooing.
Yeah,
and
I hear that
you're
all the time.
gone
All
for
the time.
he's gone for 4 weeks and you have the 3 kids.
Yeah.
That's what my heart wants to do. Like,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm happy he's able to do
Yeah.
that. And
For sure.
yeah, it's hard. And I'm like, texting him like, can you come home, please? Like,
Yeah.
I can't do this today. But then, you get over it and you move on. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
just let them do it.
So I like how you guys took this.
Yeah.
So basically, you spun the question on me,
Yeah.
and like tips for, like what makes your husband work? Like what works for the husband during the
So-
snowmobiling season?
For me, like people go, oh, well, that must be really hard for you. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I have a support system for me.
Yeah.
And Matthew also helps. Like he's very, very sympathetic about it. Like he understands. Like,
Yeah.
like I obviously like, I don't have kids like you two do, but like I still miss him. And like he acknowledges that and like he does his best. Like now, like so when he first started, I'd only see him at Christmas and then I wouldn't see him till March.
Yeah.
But like now that he's kind of like built like his platform and stuff, like he's now taking like the time to like come home and see me or I go there. And then even when he's gone, like he still tries his best to make time to talk to me because
Yeah.
he's so busy. They get down so late and then he starts editing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as hard as people think it is if you have the proper like support system and
Yeah.
your
It's true.
partner sympathizes
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
and they
In
understand.
a partnered relationship.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. I'm pretty much the same with those two. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Nothing specific.
Well, is there anything else we need to converse about with these fellas here?
No, they're pretty good.
Pretty good dudes.
He's
Yeah.
pretty
Proud of them all.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, like everyone thinks the guys like live near each other or like
No.
I
Yeah.
know.
nobody lives near anybody, and they all met because of skidooing.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
see, that's what
Pretty wicked.
when I was chatting with them yesterday. It seems like they've just known each other from like childhood. But
Yeah.
it's like,
It's only
And
been
no,
like
there was like a random
couple
day.
years.
Like
Exactly.
if you would have went this way or parked at this
This-
parking lot instead
Yeah.
of that
Yeah,
one,
right. Yeah.
this wouldn't have been a thing.
Yeah,
Right?
like my
Yeah.
Matt and like Muskoka, they met in the Chic Shocks in Quebec.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like Jason too.
Too,
Like
yeah.
I think that's where they kind of like knew each other. And I think they might have, followed each other on Facebook.
Yeah.
But like I remember a trip Matt came home, he's like, Muskoka, like I actually met him in person. Like we were riding, like, and we're chatting, and now they have group chats and they text, and like
Yeah.
sometimes Jason will text at like 4 a.m.
Right, yeah.
because he's going to work.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, Matt, who's texting you? It's like it's Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they've like built a really good bond.
Yeah. I agree.
And like
yeah.
Matt says all the time, he's like, some of my good friends I don't even live near.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
all live so far.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's cool with the
Jumps apart.
snowmobiling
Community.
because it is
Yeah.
actually like it really is a community.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
like a different community because, and I've said this before, it's because it gets taken away from snowmobilers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you can't. Everyone experiences the moment of I can't do the thing I like to do anymore,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
and you have to wait. and then you hope, snow always comes back.
Right.
But everyone experiences that. And when it starts to snow again for the first time, everyone's like, heck yeah, like it's back,
we're ready.
right?
Yeah.
So it does help build that community. So it's a strong community for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's great to, honestly, peace of mind for me is seeing these guys, the knowledge that they have, the research they do, all that kind of stuff. And like Jason's pretty whatever about picking who he rides with.
Yeah, that's what it comes to, like
liability wise.
safety.
And for me, like just sitting here talking to these guys and whatever, like I feel more comfortable that my husband's up on the mountain with these two guys.
Actually putting faces to name,
right?
like Instagram handles.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And like I know I would feel comfortable if like Matt's not answering me. Like I would feel comfortable like texting Jason, like, Jason, is Matt okay? Like he hasn't answered. Like I feel like a support system too.
Community, family.
Like I remember your son had like an ear infection or something, and like they were like Jason and her were texting me because I work in that field, and I'm like, do this, go to this. It's like I've never even met her before.
Right. And I know. And I was so nervous coming here because I was like, Jason, I don't know them, like whatever. He's like, Leah, like you know me. They're exactly like me. The girls are so down to earth. He said that. And it was wicked. Yeah. I'm so glad I got to meet them. And
cool.
Yeah.
Well, just kind of watching from afar, you guys look like you've been friends for a long time, right?
Yeah. And it's like putting ourselves in that position is like nerve-wracking a little bit. It's like, I don't know, like, do we have similar interests or, our husbands do, but do we? Like, we're also individuals too. Yeah. But it's worked out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap this episode up. Once again, we are live from the Edmonton Snowmobile Show, Sleddercast podcast. We have the Wives of Revy episode. We just jumped at that.
We did it.
We'll see. We did it.
Yeah.
If you haven't liked, subscribed, shared, do all of the things that you can do in the comment section or in the description below, wherever you're watching or listening. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.